Alright, so here it is. This is brown, and we're going to first actually look at the interior side, so I can then afterwards dismount my cameras and get a much better look at it without being restricted to the tripod. But here's the interior, and here's a flashlight. Get an idea of the insides here, because that's as important as anything else. So it's very long, and as you can see, it's got a decent size opening. It's got a sort of a leather lanyard style of closure, very smoothly done though. And interior pockets, well, we've got one here that uses a Velcro that also extends all the way down to the bottom, so it's not a shallow enclosure. And then we have a set of there you go, set of inner pockets here, another Velcro enclosure, fairly deep, a little bit deeper than my hand, so it's practical. Another one that's actually as deep as my hand. This one's a zipper one, so there we go with those. And then two smaller ones, which are also deep. Might be a good choice for pocket portable batteries and cords and what have you for the tech items that have pervaded our life. And then one last one here, a flap style zipper pocket, just a little less than hand width, so about yay deep, and zippered. Very smooth zipper action. And the interior lining is good. It's actually got outside canvas and then second sewn-in lining. And a little dangling. Oh no, that was just loose thread. All right, so there's the interior section, and alright, well, now I'm going to go ahead and dismount my camera from the tripod so we can get a better look at the outside. Alright, so here we are, and as you can see, it's got a semi-stable bottom. It's sort of a folding bottom there, but it is semi-stable to help keep it shape when it's open like that. And it's a pretty deep one. Snap enclosures for that outside flap that has those rather lovely, not so easy to do with one-handed though. There you go. There you go. Look at the grommets here. Solidly done. Solidly done at every point. Nice feel to the leather, and boom, very secure snap. And here's the outside front pockets. Now all these outside zippers, they were partially zipped, meaning it was in the middle, but as soon as I corrected the teeth by just a single open and close, the alignment is perfect, so don't be dismayed. Not quite, well, actually nowhere near one-handed zip action though, so it is a two-handed operation to zip up these pockets, which actually though is actually a good thing, because it actually does mean added security for traveling, hiking, you name it, because the last thing you really want is zippers being too easy in the action and coming undone on their own. You got a side pocket here, also pretty deep, because in my experience, and I have a long experience with backpacks, the one thing that always drove me nuts are those backpacks, or really anything, any kind of case that has those ridiculous pockets that just don't have any use for it because they're so small or oddly shaped or weirdly placed that they look like they just added pockets without thinking of, is someone actually going to have use for this? Generally, no. All these pockets are perfectly functional with excellent utility in the size and shape. Another one on the side, and this one here is probably the most shallow of the bunch, but it actually has a much smoother zipper action as well. You can actually open and close it with one hand, and it's about, you know, from the base of my fingers to the tips. So that's probably where you put something like a small, and it's also on the back, so that's, you know, document type of thing, slips of paper, business cards, folded up maps, maybe a little money, and stitching all across is excellent. I have a standard that I still have, not even today, is a going on 20 years, an old backpack I bought in Thailand 20 years ago when I was in Navy, and it survived naval deployments, airline travel, you name it. So that old backpack that I still have hanging up on my wall even to this day has always been my standard on what should lifetime quality look like in terms of stitching and use and what have you. Now, I do have to, as a experienced worldwide traveler, the actual opening, even though it does open up fairly wide when you have it, you know, undone, it's still a bit on the narrow side. In general idea, at least compared to mine. My old backpack, it's actually a zipper top that zippers all the way across, and it's actually quite wide, but it's nowhere as deep. So there's the trade-off. This is actually quite deep. So for those who are doing like a light pack outs for clothing, what have you, you roll up your clothes in, you know, Navy fashion, stick them at the bottom, and makes a pretty good little, I guess I'll use the term sea bag. Excellent all around. The canvas feels great, and yes, I'm seriously, absolutely, totally impressed with this bag, and I would put it on par with that old faithful 20-year-old bag I bought from Thailand. Yes, I would. So there you guys go. You have yourself a great one.